It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll see Chris Olave. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Saints and the Panthers, next on EA Sports.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. It's been a good season for them so far. They're just looking to keep that momentum going forward.
They like their record. Now they want to increase it. A win here could really get the momentum going in the right direction.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
McPherson has this one teed up, and we are underway from the Superdome. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Given 4 on the carry, that'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Open man left side, it's the tight end Trimble. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Whitfield. And a short gain down to about the 33. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
That caught by Trimble. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Herbert operating from the red zone. This will be caught just inside the 10. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down. Now it's Herbert. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. 13th play now, the opening drive. Will this be the lucky one? It's third and goal. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Panthers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a first and goal.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers are on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fields it right around the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year. 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020s, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get to a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17 now and then continuing on and winning the Super Bowl. They're an all-timer team already for me.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. There's Chris Olave. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
That's good for the Saints.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's Olave bringing in another one. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 12 more yards there and another first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Pretty effective run there. Now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And the Saints are going to have a first and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. A turnover is obviously, Charles, always costly, but man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
The throw right side is complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumbled it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. These two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10. And it was the visiting Saints who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in New Orleans. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They'll look to throw. Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Saints. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints are an extra point away from drawing level. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's going to look deep for more. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. On 2nd and 10, Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he is going to have the Panthers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Herbert back to the air. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So a mistake there, Charles, from the rookie pass rusher.
And oftentimes when you make the jump from college to the NFL, you have to adjust to the rules. But in this case, the rule's no different than in college. Once the ball's gone, You can't continue on and get your shot in. That's one where you have to have some discipline. And even though he's a rookie, he really should know better.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Now it's the first involvement on the ground for the backup running back. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The Panthers on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's going to go down. Safe back at the 13-yard line. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
The downside for the defense is that they're dealing with a team that's in their red zone, but the upside, not much room to work with for the offense. Fewer windows in the zone for them to throw into. Tough for a quarterback to get a throw off before the pressure ends up getting to him.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And able to get this out to the 25. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as they continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert.
There's Tremble, the tight end.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He finds Pierce. It's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Herbert throwing again. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. They get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. On the move to his left. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Back to throw now on first down. Touchdown! From 21 yards away. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played, the analytics is going to be a lot more going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Herbert on first down now. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Herbert on third down now. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping, and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Complete on the quick throw to Moore.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, Herbert. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Looking to throw again on second down. Herbert.
That caught by Tremble.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll get things started in our nation's capital, Atlanta, in town to take on Washington. And that one getting close to halftime with the Falcons out in front. Drake London, a touchdown reception. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And you can see there is the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. It's Jalen Hurts with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And that game all tied up as they do battle with the visiting Lions. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they, too, were able to take advantage of a soft second.
Hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
Fields it right around the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 53 yards now on the ground. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll go option to the short side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is going to have a Saints first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. 30 yards. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
An extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I see him shaking the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts, because he definitely needs some assistance.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So a second NFL interception for him, and he is looking the part here in year one.
And normally, partner, you talk about cornerbacks and safeties being the ball hawk type of guys, and they always will be because they'll get more opportunities. But this young man has potential to be a ball hawk from the linebacker position. I think that's why he was drafted as high as he was, and he'll stay on the field on most downs.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Down to about the 32.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
I know all players are taught from drive to drive, from series to series, let that go, right? Only focus on the now. But when that ball was tipped in the air, there's no way they weren't thinking about the interception that was thrown on the previous drive. Could this turn into a second one? And if it did, that could really change the way this game was going.
On 1st and 10, Herbert delivers another one to Pierce. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Herbert completes it to the fullback Ham. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a 1st down here. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's complete out right to the tight end Tremble. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. From the 35 on 2nd down. Herbert. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put
down. Didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Second and goal from the 6 this time. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Tommy Tremble from 6 yards away. And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a throw here to his running back. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Room here to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 79 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And they're going to speed things up here. Hands it off out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. His throw caught right around the 6. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5, that's a whale of a game.
look to throw on 3rd and goal. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Saints look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seems like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Left side, he finds Pierce. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. On 1st down, it's Herbert. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now it's Herbert. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 22. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside give to Ham, the fullback. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Herbert. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. This offense on 3rd down today, they've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Nifty move. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Once more, it's the fullback Ham. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. On 2nd and goal. Herbert, quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make some...
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. C.J. Ham there to make the grab. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints will pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Another touchdown in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And probably you don't make it this far to a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
As this old Green remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
It was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on first down, second down, third down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And they will take over first and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 49 yards.
No let-up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold-up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and we'll do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Sliding out of the pocket. Herbert has it knocked free. And this is picked up by the Saints. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice for such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
So now the Saints offense coming back out there. They're going to be called on to go for 2. And they'll start out here with a jet sweep. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's going to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. From just shy of midfield, Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32, a play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camp, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for New Orleans, they make NFL history with this, their 17th win without a loss. A perfect 17-0 on the regular season. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it could be a potentially devastating loss as they finish with a mark of 9-8. But they've got better days in their future. Of that, you can be sure.